Welcome everybody to College Football Now. I am your host, Trigga, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Oregon Ducks 2021 predictions. Real quick, if you're excited for this new college football season, drop hashtag TriggaArmy down in the comments section, alright? And let me know who your team is. Let's run it. So starting with the Oregon Ducks schedule, the biggest games that I'm going to circle are the Week 2 matchup at Ohio State. Week 5, they go to Stanford. On November 6th, they got to go to Washington. And November 20th, they're at Utah. I think that Utah game could definitely be one of those big trap games for them. But also, you obviously can't overlook the Week 2 matchup against Ohio State in the shoe. Personally, I think the Pac-12 North is going to come down to Oregon and Washington. That game is going to be huge. But for my prediction, I do predict that Oregon will be representing the North in the championship game. I do think Oregon will finish 10-2. I think they'll lose a close one to Ohio State, and then they'll end up losing one conference game. And if there was one of those games I had to pick, I could see them losing, it's November 20th at Utah, the week before they play Oregon State, their rival. To me, that really screams trap. But there's no doubt this team is definitely capable of running the table and getting back into the college football playoff. Ladies and gentlemen, this might be the first time in years where this Oregon team, their strong suit might be their defense. Not to say that their offense isn't going to be great, but I think preseason we can all look at their defense and go, yeah, they're going to show up. However, starting to talk about some of these players, we'll start off with their running back. Travis Dye, he is ready to explode on the scene, as I have him as one of my top players to watch out for this year. You got Ryan Walk on the offensive line, who moved from center over to guard. And even though they lost Penny Sewell, this offensive line is no joke, one of the best in the country. Now, last year, their DBs were loaded, and Jamal Hill found ways to get reps at that safety position. Some people think he very well could be one of the best DBs that they have, along with Verone McKinley. He's a 2-year starter who has recorded 92 tackles and 5 picks. Definitely one of the best DBs in the country. Back on the offensive side of the ball, they got a receiver transfer from USC, a lengthy guy. Not your typical Oregon explosive receiver, but he averaged 19.1 yards per catch last year. The Oregon staff is extremely happy to have him. And running down the list of some other guys to look out for, Noah Sewell, Penny's, I believe, younger brother, is an absolute stud. Young guy at playing at linebacker who's a thumper. At center, Alex Forsyth. At corner, Mikael Wright. And the best player that's on this team, maybe in the whole country, Kayvon Thibodeaux. He's a potential number 1 draft pick in this coming up draft with 12 sacks. Definitely an All-American. And who knows, maybe he'll even be in the Heisman race this year. And at the quarterback position, it looks like they might be going with Anthony Brown, who is a senior this year. When I was watching Brown, the number 1 thing that I saw is just how dynamic he is. He can make plays with his legs and rolling out the pocket too, making those throws. And then when I was watching the spring game, and I was doing a little bit more research, I saw that Ty Thompson's available too. This is a freshman that just came in, and he looks to have a lot of promise. So needless to say, they're going to be just fine on the offensive side of the ball as well. I think if Oregon wants to beat Ohio State, they are 100% going to have that offense ready to go. Because the biggest thing that hurt the Buckeyes last year was how much cushion the corners would allow the receivers to have. I mean, that's what killed us in the national title game. So if Ohio State's running that same defense, it could be a nightmare for Ohio State trying to stop these Oregon receivers, where basically the corners are backing up in the zone and letting them catch the balls and turning 5-yard catches into 15-yard gains. So we'll see what happens with Ohio State, how they come out and change up the defense, but that is definitely going to be one hell of a game. So again, I think Oregon may end up 10-2. They very well could run the table. I wouldn't be surprised. The only games I could see Oregon losing is 1, Ohio State, week 2, and I just threw in a prediction that they'll lose to Utah at Utah this year. I could definitely see that being a trap game for them. But boy, that game against Washington, that's going to be a huge one as well. They have the talent. The defense should be very good. They have a great O-line, good receivers. How is the quarterback play going to be this year? I think that might be one of the biggest questions. So 10-2, I think they win the Pac-12. Do they get in the playoffs? I don't know. It's too tough to decide. You don't know what else is going to happen. So, all right, guys, those are my predictions. Let me know yours down below. If you like this video, make sure you comment, leave a comment down below, put hashtag Trigger Army, hit that sub button. If you didn't like it, just keep it moving like this never happened. And we'll be back very soon to break down some more teams with some more predictions. All right, guys, I'm out of here.